Welcome to the Celiac Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Lucia Cordero, and this is where we get real about life with celiac disease. I'll share honest conversations about the emotional side of living with an autoimmune condition. Think of this as your mix of support, relatability, and inspiration to help you not just survive, but thrive with celiac. Before we dive in, just a quick reminder, I'm not a medical professional. Everything I share is based on my own experience living with celiac disease. This podcast is not medical advice, so please always consult your doctor about your own health. Welcome back to the Celiac Diaries podcast. I'm your host, Lucia Cordero, and we have Cass Lepore, also known as Dietitian Cass, with us.
Yes.
Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here. This is so cute in here, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh my gosh, that's so
met
sweet.
You, I think a year ago.
Yes,
at an event.
At an Organic Valley event.
Yes.
It was like a cheese tasting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so fun. I completely forgot what event, but it's been so fun to see you really excel and then build this podcast. And I know you post a lot about gluten-free finds, so I've loved following you.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I love following you too.
Thank you.
Your content is just like so aesthetic, but also like relatable. And I love how you emphasize balance because I think that's so important, especially in like the realm that social media is in right now, especially with nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like your voice is just so needed for the girlies in the city, whether it's Manhattan or Hoboken.
Thank you.
To just like remember that balance is totally okay. And like we're in our 20s, we need to live a little and have fun.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm so excited that you're here. So you are a media dietitian, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that means that you don't necessarily like work with clients, but you're focused more on social media, right?
Yes. I actually have a full-time job with a social media agency. And I don't work hands-on as a dietitian there. So that's my typical traditional 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And then I essentially have another full-time job on top of that as a media dietitian. So I do a lot of writing, articles with brands, brand partnerships, trying to get into TV. The goal would be like Good Morning America, Today Show down the line.
Oh, I see that for you. That would be amazing.
Doing fun nutrition and recipe segments, but that is like major, major goal. But right now, just everything and anything to do with online.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're being humble, Jess. Your page is amazing. If you don't follow.
Thank you.
Everyone needs to check it out. But wait, okay, so did you ever work with clients as a dietitian or did you just go straight into the media dietitian route?
I went straight into it. So I actually jumped from clinical at a long-term care facility. And then I jumped into marketing and media.
Yeah.
I coined myself for a little while as the Martitian. So I married marketing and dietitian.
Oh, that's cute.
But now I'm just calling myself a media dietitian. That's what everyone's doing these days.
Yeah, totally. Wow, that's so fascinating. Okay, so you really do it all. You have a corporate job, you're a dietitian, you have that background, and then you're also an influencer, content creator. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you do it. That is so cool though.
It's fun.
Yeah. Okay, so and what like led to your interest in nutrition and diet? Because you don't have celiac, right?
I do not.
Right. Okay.
So I'll give you the real story.
Okay.
I won't give you the professional, I'm writing a nice article that will be in front of the professional eyes. I'll give you the real story.
Okay, well, that's what a podcast is for, so I love it.
Do you know what Finstas were? Fake
Yes.
Instas.
Yes. Throwback.
So when I was in high school, everyone had a Finsta and they would post their crazy nights out or going out with friends and just crazy stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a Finsta just for food my junior year of high school.
Yeah,
I actually did it with my friend and we were just obsessed with making recipes. Her mom used to make quinoa burgers when I went over and we were just obsessed with nutrition and eating better for you.
Yeah, and for the time, that's like very on the forefront of things, quinoa burgers, I feel like.
Oh, we need to bring those back.
Ago.
I've been meaning to do a recipe of the quinoa burgers.
Oh my God, that will inspire me to get in the kitchen.
They're good. It's like crispy rice almost when you make them. It's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, my junior year of high school, I made a Finsta and I posted my recipes and snacks and nutrition finds on there until my senior year of college.
Oh, wow.
For about 5 years to like 100 of my close friends.
And it was just like private with your friends.
Yep.
That's so wholesome. And that just goes to show that you really enjoy what you do because you were just doing that for the love of it.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
It's actually a full circle moment because I would post things like the OG Perfect Bar with not the new packaging and be like, just found my new favorite snack. Or I would post Harvest Snaps, and it's just very full circle that I get to work with them.
Yeah, you just worked with Perfect Bar, right?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is so cool. I love that.
Yeah, so it's really fun to go back into my archives and point out, wow, like I never would imagine myself partnering with that brand 8 years later.
Oh my God, that's incredible. Well, we're so lucky that you're here. I think, this podcast isn't just for people that have celiac, but just for the celiac community to learn from other people that are passionate about nutrition and wellness. And I think something that I know I deal with as someone with celiac, and a lot of the listeners do as well, is like, it's not just about being gluten-free, because like beyond that, we have other deficiencies or other things that we need to work on with our diet. And it's so important that we catch up with all of that through like optimizing our diet, but we still want to make it fun. So
I know. There are so many fun gluten-free products. Now, I think majority of my favorite brands now have gluten-free SKUs, which is amazing to see.
Wait, I love that. Okay, that's a great segue to our first segment, which is gluten-free fave of the week.
Yes. I am going with the Cauliflower Pizza Bites. I just did a video of them for a big game charcuterie board, and very nostalgic. I loved Pizza Bites. As a kid, I was always asking my mom, can you please make them again?
Oh my God, we were a Pizza Bites family. Yeah. And when I got celiac, I was like, oh, not for me anymore, but I need to try those.
You need to try them.
Yes.
It's made with real cheese. I think the entire bag has a pretty decent amount of protein as well, but overall, I know people are always like, oh, you can't tell. No, you really can't tell. I'm telling you.
Really?
If you cook them to perfection, chef's kiss.
Wow. Okay. I love that. And I saw you're hosting Galentine's this weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow. I'm hosting a little Galentine's.
Love. What's the spread?
I actually don't know yet.
Okay. Fair.
There's definitely going to be a charcuterie board, and my friend has her own bakery, so she's going to be doing one of those mini cakes that you decorate with the cute little saying on it. So TBD, I have to go to the grocery store tomorrow to figure everything else out.
Well, that'll be a fun trip to the grocery store.
It'll be stressful, but fun.
Yeah. Okay, love. Okay, let's get into our next segment, News of the Week.
Okay.
So nutritionists are dubbing 2026 the year of the bean. I don't know if you've seen this. I feel like I've seen this a bit on social media.
Yes.
But experts say that beans are finally getting their moment because they're affordable, versatile, nutrient-rich, and great for gut and heart health. They have fiber, plant protein, and micronutrients that support digestion, stable blood sugar, and chronic disease prevention. I've been seeing a lot of black beans specifically.
Yes.
I don't know what you've been seeing.
Yeah, I've been seeing everything. Chickpeas are really, really big. Lentils.
Oh, is that considered a bean? Chickpea? Oh, okay. Love. Well, I've been on the chickpea grind for a while.
Yeah,
okay.
They're all kind of falling under the same category.
Okay.
I'm really pushing lentils too because they're really high in protein and fiber. But going back to what you mentioned, not only are they cost effective, but they're shelf stable. So they are going to last in your pantry for months, and you can easily gravitate or get them whenever you please and easily sneak them into your meals or snacks.
Yeah. Wait, that's amazing. Okay, so do you think there's a difference between like frozen beans or peas and then ones that come from a can, or does it not matter?
So frozen, they're flash frozen at their peak ripeness. So something I always have, and I think, honestly, I get this question all the time, what do you always have stocked in your pantry or freezer? Frozen green peas.
Okay.
They are so slept on because they're also high in protein and fiber and the easiest thing to sneak into any of your meals. I will just toss them in my scrambled eggs and you don't even know they're in there. I always put them in my pasta dishes. I'm just constantly throwing them into whatever because they're just always on hand for me. And they're easily boosting protein and fiber, and it's a plant-based source. So I think it's a triple win all around.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Oh my gosh. Okay. I need to just like stock up on some beans and keep them in my apartment.
Chickpeas I always have. And the viral bean salad is going around, which I just did an article on as well.
Okay. What is that?
Basically, you're just putting numerous beans along with fresh produce. So you can cut up bell peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers. You could put edamame in there. Like really whatever pleases you.
Yeah.
It can be a no lettuce salad type of situation. Mm-hmm. And it's just increasing your fiber intake, but also increasing diversity of your fiber.
Okay.
So you're getting that in through fresh veggies, but you're also incorporating those beans and legumes in there as well. So really great. Also, it's a gateway to eating more fresh produce, which people are looking for in 2026. They're running out of ideas to use their spinach. They're just bored with the idea of cutting up or slicing up a cucumber and adding seasoning on it. So it essentially is a gateway to eating more fresh produce.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the idea of diversifying your fiber intake too, because I'm so guilty. And I think it's because of celiac. I'm just so used to eating the exact same thing every single day, which I know like long term they say like, oh, you should diversify your meals, like eat the rainbow, like have a bunch of different things. Right. And I literally like I have the same thing every day for breakfast and lunch.
I do too. I am a creature of habit.
Yeah.
And I always need to strategize new ways to use nutrition. So like I said, I'm always thinking of new ways that I can incorporate frozen green peas or spinach. Yeah. One tip I do have is if you have a local farmer's market, I know with the weather it's not farmer's market season right now, but you can use your grocery store. If you go once a week to meal prep or buy ingredients, choose one new fruit or vegetable that you haven't tried yet or haven't tried in a while. And then incorporate that into your diet that week.
Okay, interesting. Wait, I just thought of this, but this is a little random. I feel like it's also the year of the kiwi. People are talking a lot about kiwis.
People are eating them before bed now as a natural source of melatonin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
See, I have them in the morning with my breakfast, so maybe that's why I'm sleepy. I don't know. But I hear that you should have them like with the skin.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
See, I haven't tried that yet because I'm kind of guilty of the classic New Yorker. Like I buy everything kind of pre-packaged for me. So I buy the kiwi like pre-sliced.
Okay.
So it doesn't come with the skin. But it like kind of intimidates me to get it with the skin and cut it myself, which people listening are probably like, girl, you need to grow up. But like
I have a bone to pick with the skin on kiwi specifically because as a dietitian, we know that majority of the nutrients live in the skin. So if I'm eating an apple, I'm going to eat the skin. Or if I'm utilizing
like a potato recipe, they say too, right?
Right. Like a sweet potato, potatoes, you ideally want to keep the skin on. I've even seen people go so far as putting the strawberries with the leaf on in their smoothies for just additional nutrients. Wow. Right. And I'm all for keeping the skin on, but for a kiwi, I cannot.
Okay. Is it just like the texture for you?
It's the fuzziness.
Yeah, it does. I can't do
look
it. A little strange. Yeah.
I've seen people eating into a kiwi whole. It's not for me.
Wow. Okay. Okay, well, that makes me feel better. I don't
think you're missing out on anything.
Okay, good. So you create like so many recipes for your page. I mean, I know you've been doing this since high school, so it's probably natural to you, but what do you do when you're putting pen to paper and thinking of a new recipe? Does it just roll off of your tongue at this point, or what's the process like?
I love this question. Well, first of all, I'm out of recipes, so there's that. Second of all, for my recipes, I always try to ensure that there is a fiber-rich carbohydrate, a protein, a healthy fat, and a veggie. So there's some color incorporated into the recipe. And that's really just the base of all my meals, is ensuring that I'm teaching my followers about balanced meals and the importance of incorporating all key macronutrients.
Okay, amazing. And what's like your favorite go-to recipe that you make on like a weeknight?
I'm a huge pasta girl because I'm Italian. So
yes, I come from an Italian family too. So
yeah, you get
it.
That. Pasta through and through. I will easily do a veggie loaded pasta. So I'll boil my pasta, usually a high protein I'll go for on a weeknight, but mind you, regular pasta. It's totally fine too.
So do you do Banza or what's your go-to?
I do like Banza. Barilla also has a great high protein pasta.
Okay.
Wegmans also has a great one, the store brand.
Ooh, cool.
I would say most brands have now caught on. Rumo also has a really, really great high protein pasta as well.
Oh, I love Rumo.
Yes.
Is it made out of chickpeas theirs or is it something else?
I don't even remember.
I know they have lentil pasta too these days. Have you seen that?
I have seen that. Not my favorite.
Okay,
I was trying to think. I think Trader Joe's has a lentil pasta.
Yeah, they do.
Not my favorite.
It looks pretty just use lentils, but
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Valid.
They have all different types of pastas now, but I would either keep it traditional or a higher protein, likely with a chickpea base.
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah.
I don't think Rumo's chickpeas.
Okay.
It's something else, but I can't remember.
Okay.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
And then I'll do spinach or frozen green peas, bell peppers. I'll really just veggie load it. And then I'll also do maybe chicken with it or salmon with it. and then also incorporating a pasta sauce. And then sometimes if I want it a little bit higher in protein, I'll mix in cottage cheese with the pasta sauce as well.
Oh, love. That sounds so good. I need to move in.
You should come over. Everything's pink.
Love it. And I wanted to ask you more too about like your mindset with balance, because I think it is just so inspiring, because a lot of the social media noise right now is like, you must do this. And like, if you have any added sugars, like you don't care about your health. And if you don't do dry January or drink alcohol, like there's no way you're going to be healthy. And I love, you have this series that you post where you're like, oh, your local dietitian on a Tuesday night, and you're like having like a glass of wine with friends and having balance and just having fun.
Right.
So how did you develop that mindset, especially as someone that knows so much about nutrition, and how do you advise people to not be so all or nothing?
I love this question. It definitely took me some time. I would not say I prioritized balance in high school, or I really started learning more in college. But after I graduated college, once I knew this was my career path, I really needed to hone in on, okay, where do I want to be as a dietitian, and what do I want to be known as? Because what makes me the happiest? And really that was living a good social life, but also not restricting myself from my favorite foods and drinks, but also prioritizing a real whole foods approach and putting my health first. But also your health goes so far beyond the foods you eat and the skincare you use and the workouts you do. It's about the people you surround yourself with.
Totally.
And close friends and your social life. And there really is so much that goes beyond living a healthy lifestyle, beyond what you eat. So I think when I realized that, I was like, okay, I really want to put this into practice and share this with other people on how I do it in my 20s. And that's kind of just how it came to life. I never restrict myself. I always give myself grace. I use the term what's called mindful indulgences. So either that's on a daily basis or a weekly basis, I'll have my mindful indulgences that I have picked out, and I know that's what's going to be a priority for me that day. So whether that's a cosmopolitan cocktail on a Friday night with friends, I'm going to say that's my one mindful indulgence, and I'm going to treat myself, and it's going to be a rewarding thing, but I'm also not looking at it in a calorie aspect or worrying about what's going to be the consequences of that. So definitely putting it into practice and realizing that living a healthy lifestyle goes so far beyond the foods you eat.
I love that. That's so me. I'm like, my mindful indulgence. I'm going to start using that, by the way.
I love it.
Usually I'm like my treat, but I like mindful indulgence.
I love it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm always like, it's my martini on Friday night.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like fun to like look forward to. And then it's that connection aspect of things. Like, I think there's a lot of conversation, and I've talked about it a bit on the podcast too, about alcohol, especially as like me, like having an autoimmune disease, like wanting to kind of fully restrict, but then you are kind of like isolating yourself from a lot of social situations. And obviously everyone's situation is different, but I notice that I feel a lot more balanced and healthier when I'm in a place where I'm just like, not like fully restricting one thing or another, but just kind of like having that harmony and still like going out with friends and having fun on Friday night.
Right.
But still like doing my workout class on Monday morning and getting my protein in, and just, having a more balanced approach to it, I think is really important.
Right. And there's so many indifferences on social media. It's definitely very black and white for a lot of creators, and I think it confuses a lot of consumers. Especially people just living in New York City, they don't know which path to take when you don't have to take any path at all.
Exactly. And I think social media almost forces people to think more black and white, or feel like they have to be one way or the other. Like they can't just be like mindfully drinking alcohol socially. It's like, oh, you either have to be completely alcohol free or like a club rat.
Right.
But like there's an in between.
There is. It's fun in the in-between.
Exactly. Okay, so I pulled a bunch of like hot topics in the nutrition world that I've seen on social media, and I'm just so excited to get your take on them.
Let's do it.
So macro maxing and fiber maxing.
Yes.
I don't even know what these are. Can you explain?
So I just spoke about macro maxing, so maybe that's where you saw it in the Perfect Bar video. But basically fiber maxing came from the new information that colon cancer is now the second leading cause of cancer-related deaths in the United States.
Wow.
And a way to prevent colon cancer is increasing your fiber intake. So they were noticing that even a lot of people our age weren't reaching our fiber intake and goals for the day, and even the older population, because, I mean, fiber foods were just never looked at as fun. When you were in the hospital and a patient needed to increase their fiber needs, they were like, give them prunes. And it's like, well, yeah, prunes can be fun if I'm baking and cooking in my kitchen, but maybe someone doesn't want to eat a slimy prune to get their fiber. So,
oh my gosh, I went through a phase where I like had 2 prunes every single night because I was like trying to like fix my gut health. And it kind of gives me PTSD because I'm like, just the smell of it, it's so strong.
It is. I mean, not my favorite fiber-rich food. Prunes are great, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think when individuals were thinking of fiber 10 years ago, immediately they were like prunes, prune juice. And now people are realizing and educating themselves on all the different variety and intakes of fiber that they can get in their day. So I think with that new news in colon cancer, people were like, well, we need to get in a tremendous amount of fiber. Mind you, the needs are 25 grams a day for women, 38 grams a day for men. And people were going from about consuming 5 grams a day to 40 grams a day.
Oh, wow. And when you make a big jump in fiber like that, it's kind of a lot for your gut to process, right?
You're
like,
not feeling good.
Yeah.
You're going to need good plumbing because it's not good.
Exactly.
You can't even leave the house at that point.
Oh my gosh,
it's not looking good. But that's why we say, maybe let's not fiber max if we're not there yet. Let's start slow and gradual. And if we work ourselves up there and we want to go all out on fiber, okay. But let's also ensure that we're getting a diverse intake of fiber as well from a variety of different foods.
And what are your favorite like fiber sources?
Beans. I love chickpeas.
It all goes back to the beans.
I love chickpeas. I know you said kiwis. I love apples. I'm an apple a day girl.
Really?
I am.
Do you think an apple a day keeps the doctor away?
I don't know if it keeps the doctor away, but there's so many other benefits for an apple. And they're delicious if you get the right variety of them.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I feel like I haven't been on my apple grind. I feel like once a year I'll go apple picking and then have apples every day for like a month because I get a huge box of them. But other than that, I don't have them. But they are delicious.
Yes. And then macro maxing.
Yes.
Dietitians were trying to rebuttal the fiber maxing by educating consumers on macro maxing, or what we're calling as tri-maxing. And that's just focusing your meals and snacks on the primary macronutrients, so carbs, protein, and fats. So we're trying to steer away from going all in on just fiber for your meals and focusing on those 3 key macronutrients in order to sustain your energy, promote satiety, and overall get a good balance of foods in your meals.
Okay, love that. I feel like that's what I hear just in the mainstream, like carbs, protein, fat.
Yes.
With every meal.
I will say that to the day that I die.
Okay, mini bell peppers. Yes. I saw you did a video on this as well.
I'm obsessed.
Okay.
I'm obsessed. So I am not a pepper girl. And coming from an Italian family, I mean, they made sausages and peppers every day in my house. And then my coats would smell all winter long, but hated peppers until I was introduced to mini bell peppers.
Okay.
Basically the same. It's whether you're having a regular bell pepper or a mini bell pepper, but I prefer the seedless mini peppers.
Okay.
And I'll cut them in half and put some cream cheese for a delicious snack.
Oh, that sounds so good.
And basically what people don't know is bell peppers have more vitamin C than oranges or kiwi or any other citrus.
That's insane.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you have 4 of the mini ones a day, you're having about over 150 milligrams of vitamin C, which is more than what you need for the day.
Wow. Wait, that's amazing. And I also feel like since they have a little kick to it, it really helps clear your sinuses. So that seems like the perfect if you're feeling under the weather.
I love it.
You should just have some mini bell peppers.
I love it. And if you're looking for glowy skin, vitamin C may help you with that.
Okay, because the vitamin C serum is really huge in the skincare world. But if you just eat the vitamin C, maybe it'll have like similar.
Yes, actually posted a video today. I am not about expensive skincare whatsoever. I will buy the cheapest thing that my dermatologist recommended. And I remember one time they recommended like a $250 vitamin C serum to me.
Okay.
And I was like, I think I'm just going to go home and eat bell peppers. Like that seems like a little bit of a more of affordable route for me right now.
Totally. And seems a bit more fun too.
I agree.
Love that. Okay. In the same line of vitamin C, Orange juice. So I totally related to the video you posted about like the fear mongering of juice. I'm very much like, I don't know why. I guess I've just adopted this from society and social media. I like only drink water. Like I never drink like I have like lattes and matcha. But I feel like I've fallen in that trap of like, I'm not like scared of juice, but I'm just like, oh, why would I have juice? But talk to us about juices and orange juice.
Yeah, they definitely got a bad rep. A lot of the times people were adding added sugar into the juices. So number one, be mindful of the ingredients. Just ensure that your juice doesn't have any added sugar. And of course, juices are going to be high in sugar because it's fruit. And fruit is naturally a current source of sugar.
Yeah.
So of course, if you look and you see sugar, you're going to see, you know, a pretty significant amount of grams of sugar. But that's where consumers freak out. And they're like, I can't have that. My blood sugar is going to go through the roof. Or that's so bad for me. I'm going to gain so much weight, when it's naturally occurring sugar and there's no added sugar. So just being mindful of that when you are selecting a juice, and also realizing it is the fruit. So some fruit juices that I love is orange juice. Great source of vitamin C. I can have one glass and I'm getting 100% of my vitamin C needs. It also has a very unique compound called hesperidin, which has autoimmune. Well, not, sorry, cut that out.
Okay.
Also, it's such a hard word to say.
Yeah.
So it contains hesperidin, which has anti-inflammatory benefits.
Okay, amazing.
Which is very interesting. Honestly, like not heard of. I didn't hear of it until I studied it in school. But orange juice is really great. And I also love pomegranate juice.
Ooh, okay.
That is a fan fave of mine. Great source of potassium, has a pretty good amount, and it's an antioxidant.
Okay, love that. One thing, so I eat a lot of grapefruit, and sometimes there'll be like leftover grapefruit juice. And I love drinking that. Like I never have a glass, but I'll just like have a little bit of the grapefruit juice. And I'm like, this is so delicious.
So good.
Yeah. Also watermelon juice I love. They have that at Trader Joe's. And I'm always like, this is so hydrating.
I have to look out for it.
It's so nice. It's so nice. Okay. I also saw that you're a Brazil nut fan.
Yes.
I got into this. One of my cousins told me about Brazil nuts last summer. And I was like, okay, say less. I'm ordering them now.
Yes.
So I have one every single day. I kind of treat it as like a supplement that I have.
Yeah.
Talk to us about Brazil nuts.
Yeah. So I specifically talked in my video about hypothyroidism, which is an underactive thyroid. And 2 Brazil nuts have over 100% of your selenium needs for the day, which is an essential mineral. And it basically acts as an antioxidant. And specifically for hypothyroidism, so my mom has it. So when I learned this in school, I called her and I was like, you need to go buy Brazil nuts. I know they're like $10 a bag, but you need to go buy them now and make sure you're having 2 a day because it converts T4, which is the inactive hormone, into T3, which is the active hormone for your thyroid. So really, really great for patients with hypothyroidism. I would just recommend not having more than 2 per day.
Yeah.
For selenium toxicity, you do not want that.
Right. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And that's so interesting because my cousin that recommended them to me also has hypothyroidism. So maybe that's why she was on that.
Yes.
But do you think there's benefits for people that don't have that as well?
Yeah,
okay.
For the selenium.
Okay. And I've seen that selenium can potentially help with anti-aging.
Ooh.
Is that something that you've heard? Or what are the benefits of selenium?
I didn't know that direct correlation, but now I need to look at the research.
Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. That's like what inspired me, but who knows? I'm not sure exactly. Okay. I'm curious what you think about seed oils because this is also just such a hot topic and a very polarizing topic. And there's a lot of conflicting research out there. How do you approach seed oils? Do you think about them at all?
How much time do we have? I could go on all day about this. Essentially, my stance is that I think things have been taken out of control. And we'll break it down a little bit. So seed oils contain omega-6 fatty acids. So there's 2 different types of fatty acids. There are omega-3 and omega-6. Omega-6, basically you need to get from your diet. And a lot of those sources are going to come from seed oils. So whether that's any vegetable oil or things like that.
Okay.
People are saying that the linoleic acid is converting to, and this word is the worst word ever, arachidonic acid.
Okay.
We're really getting into the science
here. We're learning a lot of vocab today.
They say that's pro-inflammatory.
Okay.
But the research shows that the conversion of that is very, very little. And there's not enough long-term research on randomized controlled trials, which is like the gold standard in research.
Mm-hmm.
These words are going to throw a wellness influencer into a loop and be like, what is she talking about?
No, but we need to break it down.
We need to break it down a little bit for those people specifically.
Mm-hmm.
There's very, very little evidence-based clinical gold standard research proving that it will lead to inflammation in the body.
Okay.
But it's interesting because these people are now swapping seed oils for beef tallow and butter,
Okay.
which is a high source of saturated fat, which is directly linked to CVD. So
and there's
cardiovascular
more studies
disease
behind that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's why we always recommended limit your intake of butter when you're cooking. Cook with extra virgin olive oil or depending on the heat you're using.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we always recommended that. But now restaurants in the city, and there's influencers going around to restaurants only cooking with beef tallow.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting. And the food pyramid now picked up on this, the new one, where they're saying to cook with butter and beef tallow.
Okay.
Yes.
So interesting.
It's very interesting.
Because I do go to a few restaurants in the city that really advertise seed oil free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I haven't done all of the research on it myself, but just like being someone that like cares about wellness but doesn't, you know, isn't like an expert or has a background in anything, I'm just kind of like, oh, well, that sounds nice, but it's like I don't really know what it means.
Right.
And
right.
I'm not someone that's like completely seed oil free, but if I pass a restaurant like that, I'm like, oh, this must be a healthy place. But it's like, it doesn't really necessarily mean that. And yeah, there's just nuance behind everything.
There really is, but this one I feel like has taken it too far.
Yeah, that
Too
is
far.
true.
And it's research has shown it's completely fine in moderation. And usually, I mean, the average person is not cooking with canola oil at home. They are getting an extra virgin olive oil and they are cooking with avocado oil. I mean, the average person is not consuming these amounts of seed oils that will even potentially lead to inflammation in the body.
Yeah, it's just like when they go out to eat and like get French fries or something.
Right. And I'm doing that in moderation. I'm not doing
not like
that every
breakfast,
night.
lunch, and dinner every single day.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think if that is the case, then we can reassess the seed oil situation for you.
For sure, for sure. And would you say that it wouldn't be the best idea for someone to cook with canola oil at home if they're spraying that like every single meal? Or is that something that you think is worth worrying about? I mean, I know it's such an easy swap to extra virgin olive oil instead.
Mm-hmm. The issue is I call it Evo on my page all the time, extra virgin olive oil, but it is so expensive. But if you can afford it, that would be the gold standard when it comes to oils at home.
I actually just switched my mom to Evo, is now I'm going to call it. I was like, oh, no, don't use this like canola oil spray. You should use this instead. And she was like, oh, interesting.
I also do like avocado oil as well.
Okay, yeah, that is a good one too. Yeah. Okay, the protein craze right now. This, I feel like if 2026 is the year of the bean, I feel like 2025 was the year of protein.
Oh, yeah.
But people are still talking about it.
Still.
And
Dunkin' just came out with protein drinks now too.
Oh my gosh, insane.
Everything is just proteinified.
Yeah, there's like the protein popcorn from Khloe Kardashian. It's everything.
Everything.
Yeah. What is your take on like all of these new protein foods coming out?
I'm like, oh, just thinking about it.
I know there's a lot.
I think people are overdoing it and they aren't educated on the amount of protein they actually need. So on average, I'll give you the calculation. We need about 0.8 to 1 gram per kilogram. And to measure how many kilograms you are, you could just take your pounds and divide by 2.2. You guys can whip out your calculator if you need.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 0.8 to about 1 gram per kilogram, right? So when people are talking about their day in the life videos, oh, getting 150 grams of protein, and then I see the sources of protein that they're getting it from, and it's protein donuts and protein cookies and artificial sources of protein, I think that's really where the concern comes in because I know a lot of close friends of mine who have this goal in mind to hit every day, and then it's 9 p.m. and they realize they calculated their grams and didn't hit it yet. And they're like, let me have this 20-gram protein cookie when it's protein powders and artificial sources.
Yeah.
So I think when we are prioritizing protein, we should prioritize high quality whole food sources as opposed to just throwing more protein powder into our yogurt and into our baked goods and things like that just to hit a number when we don't need to be hitting that high of a number.
Totally. I agree with that. And I think like so I'm training for the half marathon right now.
Nice.
I'm trying to get like more protein than usual just because I find that like my body is like craving it too. I'm like, wow, my legs are so sore. Like I need more protein to recover from this. But I feel like last summer, and I'm sure you've seen these everywhere, the David bars.
Oh.
I was obsessed with the David bar.
Did you like them?
I had one every day. I was so obsessed.
Did you like the taste?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And it was just like so funny because I was like, wow, this is like so much protein and like the macros were really great. And I was like, oh, this is perfect for like my runs and everything. And then after a month of having them every day, I just noticed such a difference in my gut health. I was like, I'm like not like as regular. Like it just, it wasn't affecting my body in the best way, even though like on paper I was technically getting more protein, but it actually ended up being worse for my gut.
And I just sugar alcohols?
They do. It's like an extremely processed, extremely artificial bar. I don't know if you've ever like looked at the ingredients.
I have.
Yeah. So it could be that. I think it's, you know, it's a lot of different things. And it was funny because David Protein, they released, I don't know if you saw this, like a cod.
For like $55.
Yeah, to make a statement about how, you know, if you do want like the highest quality, like lean protein source, you just need to have like plain fish, which is…
Who wants plain fish?
Right, which is like a valid point. Like I see what they were trying to get at, but then their product is so different from that, like with a million ingredients.
Their marketing is so out of left field.
I know. It is a little crazy. And it's from the founder of RX Bar, I believe, which is a totally different vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like under the David Bar craze for a little bit. And then I kind of took a step back and I was like, maybe I should just have like Greek yogurt instead.
Yeah. Yeah. Jazz it up. So when I was in high school, I had a Quest bar every day.
Okay.
Do you know what those are? I bought them at like the vitamin shop.
Yeah.
And I would say pretty similar to a David bar. And I had one every day. They had like fun flavors, like maybe cookie dough and cookies and cream. And my gut health, after having one every day, like you said about the David bar, not good. I was like, I wonder what it is.
Yeah.
It's the processed, overly processed protein bars usually.
Totally.
And some people can't tolerate sugar alcohols.
Yeah, which I think I've learned maybe is me. Maybe my gut is just more sensitive to that because of celiac or something. But yeah. And what are your thoughts? Because I agree with you. I think like I've noticed just like intuitively a difference when I focus on a natural source of protein versus like having more protein powder. I do feel better and my gut feels better. But what is your take? Like, do you think there is a place for protein powders, but just maybe not relying on them every day, but like incorporating them sometimes? Or how do you think about that?
Oh, that's such a good question. Definitely feel like there are a lot of people overdoing it on the protein powders. I've seen people put it in multiple meals and snacks and baked goods per day.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not the best option, but there are a lot of high quality protein powders out there. One of my favorites is actually Kachava. And you put 2 scoops, has 26 essential vitamins and minerals, has a decent amount of protein and fiber, and they have really delicious flavors. So my favorite is the matcha.
Okay.
And you can either put 2 scoops into your water and shake it, and it comes out in this delicious protein drink that I swear by. Or I'll just put a couple scoops into my smoothie.
Okay, love. So you still have like protein powders here and there, but maybe just not like every day.
It's not every day for me, just based on what I typically eat, but it's definitely on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I love Truvani's protein powder.
Those are good too.
Yeah.
They have really good flavors.
Yeah, they have a pumpkin spice.
Ooh, they have a lemon too. That's really good.
Okay, interesting. I'll need to try that. I love putting it in my coffee. It's so good.
It is good.
Okay. The other like major source besides protein is carbs. And I think carbs, you know, like growing up in the early 2000s, the messaging around carbs was always like, less carbs. Like in Mean Girls, it's like, oh, don't eat carbs. Like carbs are bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like subliminally we all kind of have that mentality around carbs, or maybe we don't now, but that's kind of at least how like I grew up. It's like, oh, carbs are bad. But carbs are such like an important energy source.
Yes.
And like you were saying earlier, you should have them like with every meal and like be thinking about them.
Yes.
So how do you think about carbs, especially with workouts? Because something I've been doing like pre-long run, I'll just like, I'm like, I need some carbs to like fuel me through this.
Do you do any simple carbs before your runs usually?
What is a simple carb?
So it's a quick digesting carb. So think
like a date or something?
People do the gels before they run.
Yes.
It's essentially just like a very quick digesting carb right before they go on a run.
Okay. Sometimes I'll do a banana or like a gluten-free toast.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll do a date.
Okay.
I don't know if those would count.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll kind of break down all the different types of things you can eat before a workout. It is highly dependent on the duration of your workout and the type of your workout.
Okay.
So when we're thinking of a simple carb, we're thinking of something like a candy or something that doesn't contain fiber or protein or fats, which is going to be something that will help slow down the rise of blood sugar.
Okay.
So simple is just going to go very quick. And then when we think of a complex carb, it has more of those nutrients like fiber, protein, fats, as the incorporation of others so that it slows the rise of blood sugar.
Okay.
So when we're thinking of doing a workout, I would say standard. You want to aim for a mini meal about 2 to 3 hours before your workout.
Okay.
And as someone who works out right when I wake up in the morning, this is not
my
something
problem too. Yeah.
This is just not something that's capable for me.
Yeah.
Given my schedule. But if you're working out later in the day or in the afternoon, about 2 to 3 hours before, try to aim for a mini meal of carbs and protein.
Okay.
And then also some fats in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then after, you want to make sure you're replenishing the glycogen stores that were depleted.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure you're having some carbs and protein as well.
Okay. Gotcha. And what is like a great simple carb to have before a run, for example?
I love the honey stinger waffles, but I don't know if they're gluten-free.
Okay, they have a gluten-free version.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Those are so good. They do give me so much energy.
I've heard great things. I don't run, but I've heard great things from the people who run that they really enjoy them.
Okay, yeah. And so since you work out first thing in the morning, you're like a Pilates girl, right?
I'm an everything girl. Besides a runner, I'm everything. So I do Pilates, Rumble. I go to Barry's a lot.
Oh, love
Cycle.
Barry's. Okay. Well, you run at Barry's.
Like for 5 minutes.
Yeah, but still, Barry's is intense. There's like a lot of sprinting.
But I always look at the amount of miles and it's like 1 mile. I'm like, okay.
Still.
I must not be running that fast.
So do you have a snack before your workout in the morning?
Sometimes I'll have a Soli stick, which is just the one ingredient is fruit. I'll do like a mango raspberry or the mango just for some carbs right before my workout. But sometimes I just won't have time. It really depends on how I'm feeling. And I listen to my body a lot right before I'm headed to a workout.
Yeah.
But I do like to have snacks in my pantry or like in my coat pocket just in case I need something on the walk there.
Okay. So typically like if I'm doing like a dumbbell class, I go to Lifetime in the city. So I just like go to their classes.
Yeah.
I'll just like have a banana right before.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I'm doing a run, I'll typically have like a piece of toast.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have a high fiber bread that I eat, but I specifically don't have that before my runs.
Okay.
I have like a different type of bread that's like mainly just, I guess it would be more of a simple carb, maybe a little complex. I don't know. Would you say that that is good, like to have a banana before a workout?
They usually say to have a banana after sometimes for the potassium.
Okay.
But banana's perfectly fine. Also, I'm getting you on the apple train. An apple before would be really good as well.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, love that. We talked about this a little bit with the bell peppers helping your skin a little bit. But how else do you think about skincare through like what you're eating?
Yeah. I really feel like skincare starts with your diet. 100%. And you want to eat for glowy skin. Vitamin C rich foods, anything high in antioxidants. Vitamins A and E are also great. So you'll find that for vitamin A in carrots and sweet potatoes. And almonds have a ton of research linked to skin health.
Oh, love.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Things like avocados, salmon, which is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. There are so many things you can eat, and bell peppers, oranges, strawberries. there's so many things you can eat for skin health.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I love that. Yeah. I feel like if I ever feel like I'm having like a bad skin day, like I just feel dehydrated, I'm like, okay, I need to just
water. Drink
water.
a lot of water.
Have some salmon for dinner.
Yes.
Avocado toast. And then I wake up and I'm like, I feel so much better. I don't know if it's a placebo effect, but I feel like it does something.
Water's so important too.
For sure. For sure. And are you a big electrolytes person, or how do you feel about those? Because that's also a big thing right now, especially in the running community. It's like, okay, have your electrolytes every single day.
Yep.
And I'm like, should I be having this much sodium every single day? Like, it seems like a lot, but I don't know. What is your take?
I love this question. I would go for a lower sodium electrolyte. My favorite is Ultima Replenisher.
Okay.
And they have the best flavors. They have like a Cosmo flavor, pomegranate, really anything and everything. So it's significantly lower in sodium compared to Elementi, if you've heard them.
Yeah, I have Element like every day.
Is that what it's called, Element? Or is it Element? Elementi is the band.
Oh, I don't know.
From like the 90s.
Maybe. I've always called it Element, but I don't know.
Element. But it's Elementi, or am I incorrect?
LMNT. Yeah, like the initials.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah,
and there's a band called Elementi as well.
Okay. Confusing.
But yes, that one is very, very high in sodium. And I think Liquid IV is pretty high in sodium as well. There was something that came out about a woman who had like 10 Liquid IVs every day.
Oh, that's a lot.
And then she had to go to the hospital.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's like, well, because the average human, if you're not engaging in high intensity exercise, you likely won't need to replenish those many electrolytes. But
yeah,
for me, definitely dependent on the day. If I'm going to a heated mat Pilates class, I'm obviously sweating more so than usual at my other workouts. So I will have a delicious Ultima electrolyte beverage after. And that is just really going to help me feel a little bit better after excreting all of that loss through sweat and just replenish those electrolytes. And then also, I was hungover a couple times in the last few months, unfortunately.
So valid, yeah.
So I will have electrolytes then too.
Okay. I find that it does really help with
it. Does. It does.
Yeah. Okay. I need to check out Ultima because I have a lot of Element.
Element, very high in sodium. And usually people aren't losing that much sodium through their sweat and their workouts.
Yeah, totally. Okay. Oh, I was curious too. There's like so many different types that you can have in foods, but I saw something you posted about spices in diets. I notoriously, like, it's so funny. So I had a housewarming last year when I moved into my new apartment, and I was on a run with a friend, and she was talking about like, oh, like, what should I bring to the housewarming? And I was like, oh, like, you don't need to bring anything, whatever. And she was like, we were talking about like cooking and everything, and it somehow came up that I didn't own salt or pepper in my apartment because my family growing up was just kind of very anti, like, I think like my parents needed to have like low sodium diets, so they were kind of anti like having salt in the house, and then we also just like didn't really have pepper, which I guess is strange for like an Italian family.
I was gonna say.
So I just like wasn't used to having it, and I never like really put spices on anything. So you need to educate me on the benefits of spices.
Let me tell you something. When I first started cooking, I mean, I'm no gourmet chef, but when I first started cooking, like I would put chicken on a pan, I would barely put spices, or I would roast sweet potatoes and put like a little salt and pepper. Be like, it's just like isn't hitting the way my mom used to cook things.
Yeah.
Until I started really playing around with spices.
Okay. Garlic,
Salt, crushed red pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, really everything. And I don't know if you have cinnamon.
In my apartment?
Yes.
Like when I tell you I have like no spices.
We need to get you cinnamon.
Okay. I do love cinnamon, so.
Cinnamon is also really great. Turmeric as well. There really are. I would just highly recommend investing in the primary spices.
Okay.
And also playing with a couple others outside of that and getting like a nice aesthetic spice rack, which I still need to do, but it's on my goal list. Because there really is so much you can do, and it also does offer a lot of additional nutritional benefits.
Okay, love.
It just makes things taste better.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe that's why I don't really like a lot of the stuff that I make, because I'm not investing in the spices.
Spice it up.
Yeah. Well, I remember in college, we had such a like Trader Joe's apartment, which I guess is so college. And so just in your 20s as well. And there are a lot of great Trader Joe's spices. And I remember my roommates were very into that. So like by
Everything
osmosis.
but the bagel.
Yes, I do love
Green
that.
Goddess.
Yes.
Really good.
Yeah, and then there's like the everything but the elote as well. Yeah.
Yes.
There's a bunch.
There's another and I can't remember it, but I would say I have most of them from Trader Joe's.
Okay, love. While we're on the topic of Trader Joe's, I know you're a frequent shopper there.
I am. I live there.
Okay, love. What are your go-tos?
Yeah. I've been obsessed with the freeze-dried raspberries lately.
Okay, yeah.
If you tried any of their freeze-dried fruits, I've been adding the raspberries into my oatmeal bowls in the morning, and it adds the perfect amount of sweetness, tartness, and crunch to my oatmeal bowl. And I would say I've been buying bags and bags of that on a weekly basis. And then there's soup dumplings, the vegetable, chicken, and pork.
Okay.
Is that
like a pre-made? Like you just kind of heat them up, or how does it work?
It's frozen.
Okay.
And there's 6 dumplings in a pouch.
Okay.
And I would say I have one like once a month when I don't want to make anything for dinner. I'll jazz it up with some chili crunch onion from Trader Joe's as well. And it has a decent amount of protein and fairly lower in sodium than other frozen dumpling options.
Okay, love. I feel like that's so good to have in your freezer. So then on those nights, you don't just like order like $70 in Uber Eats. You just have something.
Sometimes I just don't want to cook.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just want to put something in the microwave, which is controversial as well, but I use the microwave.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's what it's there for.
It is.
Okay. I'm curious, and we talked a bit about this, but what are the biggest myths that you see on social media in terms of nutrition and diet right now?
Yeah. I would go back to low carb. I still see it.
Mm-hmm.
I still see it all the time. Seed oils, I see.
Yeah.
And just the overall term of clean eating.
Yeah.
And no toxic ingredients. But I think the term clean eating is kind of funny. It's like, are we eating soap? I don't quite understand. I just think there's a lot of miseducation in that area in general, and a lot of uncredentialed and uneducated people discussing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then detoxing. I keep seeing detoxing, which is just not needed. We don't need to go on a 4-day juice
or
cleanse.
Something. That
and I felt
so awful.
So awful. And they're expensive.
Yeah.
Who wants to just drink juice?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that does not sound fun.
No.
Could never be me.
No.
So how do you describe, like, I know you say you like to focus on like eating more whole foods. How do you kind of describe that in a way that's not like, oh, I like to eat clean? Or what do you say?
Yeah. I say prioritizing a whole foods first approach.
Okay.
Typically. And living a balanced lifestyle in addition to that. But whole foods first, and then everything else following that.
Okay, love. And how much do stress, sleep, and just like lifestyle affect your gut health just as much as what you're eating? Yeah.
So much, more so than what you're eating.
You think?
I would say.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah. That is so interesting because I do notice like this past weekend I was traveling and didn't get a lot of sleep. And I came back and I was like so hungry, and then I was like so tired, and then I had like so much caffeine, and then I was wired, and then I was like, wait, I need to like eat more food because I'm like so wired on this caffeine. Like I need something to calm me down. And it just becomes like this like recipe for disaster, I feel like.
Yeah. I would say when it comes to gut health, instead of going directly to what am I eating, I think we need to ask ourselves, how many hours of sleep am I getting? Am I getting the average amount? Am I getting at least 8? How do I feel every day? Do I like my job? Is my job stressing me out? Is my relationship stressing me out? Is dating making me feel overwhelmed? Because your gut is directly tied to all of these external factors. And this is what's going to lead to those digestive issues. And I think a lot of the time people are like, well, if I have a poppy, which brings me a happy gut, then that's going to be the magic answer. Or if I take this supplement, this is going to fix everything with my gut, when they are not looking at everything else that they should be looking at first when it comes to all of the external factors and how they're feeling.
Yeah, totally. All of the other stuff is just kind of like a Band-Aid on a bullet hole. Like it's not actually going to fix the root issue. Right.
And a lot of people don't want to look internally at the root cause of things.
Exactly. Yeah. Because that's the harder way.
I know.
Not the easy
it is
fix.
the harder way.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
But instead of going out and buying $100 supplement, or everyone's been using that vibrating plate.
Yeah. Like, what does that do?
First of all, they're scaring me on it.
Yeah.
Their mask on while they're doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like a little terrified, but that's besides the point. I think we need to start asking ourselves, are we doing the bare minimum with our mental health, physical health? Are we doing all of those things before we start internalizing or asking ourselves these questions about our diet?
Mm-hmm. Totally. Because that's really what's going to move the needle, not like a $400 vibrating plate. If you do that, but then you sleep 4 hours, it's like, okay, that's not really doing
Or
anything.
if we do that and then, like you mentioned, we're clubbing every weekend.
Yeah.
I think that's a cause for concern in the gut health department.
Exactly. Okay, so going back to kind of, all of the different takes online, and there's so many voices online, and I love following you because you have such like the balanced kind of mindful approach to things, but just like consuming on social media, there's so many things that you see. Like I see stuff about seed oils all the time from sources that, I do respect, but it's kind of like you have to take everything with a grain of salt from all of these different avenues. But like, how do you kind of sift through, especially, being so ingrained in this space, like, okay, what do I take like from this doctor that's posting this and this doctor's posting this? How do you sift through that and decide like, okay, what am I actually gonna take and apply to my life? And do you have advice for people that don't even really have a background in this space but are just hearing all of these things from all these different sources, and it's like, okay, what do I actually do?
Yeah. It's very overwhelming. I will say, when people bring up their stories and what works for them, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you, because we need to take a very individualized approach to nutrition. So if you're seeing something and it doesn't really resonate, or you're not feeling those symptoms, or your gut's not even really feeling off, you're feeling fine, if you're not resonating with the tip that they're giving, then you don't need to do it. You don't need to implement it. If what you're already doing is working, perfect. Yeah. And then also when it comes to taking advice online, I would say follow credentialed registered dietitians and really people who have an open-minded approach and don't make you feel guilty when they are discussing these things. Yeah. A lot of the time I see content and I'm like, they're like, no, bad, no, good. And that to me is very intimidating and just doesn't resonate with who I am as a person and my philosophy for nutrition. So if you're seeing someone's content and they're making you not feel good about yourself, it's likely a red flag, and you don't have to follow their advice.
Yeah, that is such good advice, because there is a lot of fear mongering of like,
so much.
If you don't do this, like you're not taking your health seriously in 2026. I'm like, whoa, okay.
Unfortunately, though, that is the hook that gets viewership for a lot of these people. So they will continue to do that.
Exactly. And it is, as someone that posts online, it is such a fine line, because obviously, you want your content to be seen. So it's like, okay, the algorithm does play a role in like how you market your content, but you don't want to take it so far where it's like, yeah, that intense approach that like gives people anxiety, because I wouldn't want my content to give someone anxiety.
No, but some people don't care.
That's true. Yeah.
That's how they're making a buck. So
yeah, that's true. No, it's important to be mindful and to follow pages that make you stay in that mindful state. And you can mute people on social media.
You can DBR. You can delete, block, and report.
Yes. Love that.
When I have nothing to do some nights, and sometimes I'll have numerous comments that just aren't very friendly, DBR. I don't even think twice about it.
Yeah. I love that. Like, out of space, out of mind.
You can
this energy does not need to come into my world.
Right. Yeah. It's your social media. You can curate who you want to follow. You can curate your own little world there. You don't have to follow these people.
Exactly. I love that. Make your algorithm work for you, not the other way around.
Yes. Love it.
Okay. This has been just like such a fun conversation.
So fun.
I have some fun rapid fire questions to end us off. What is your coffee order right now?
I think it will always be my tried and true iced latte with oat milk. Controversial as well, but I'm still an oat milk girl. And then cinnamon and honey.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Perfect for like this winter season too.
But pro tip, ask the barista to brew the espresso over the honey.
Ooh,
and then shake it together.
Okay. Wait, Love that
if
tip.
they're willing.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
If there's not like a crazy line.
Right.
And what's your favorite coffee place in Hoboken?
Ooh, I love Anthony David's.
Okay.
So I usually go there for brunch, but they serve me my iced lattes in a wine glass.
Oh, that makes it so fabulous.
Right. That to me is the whole experience.
Yeah. Oh, that's so fun. I need to go there.
They're so good.
Okay.
So we'll go.
Yeah. That'll be so fun. Okay, what's your favorite restaurant in Hoboken?
Ooh. Anthony David's.
Oh, okay. It's 2 in 1. I love it.
I want to say breakfast.
Just stay there
lunch,
all
and
day.
dinner. I will stay there all day if they'll have me.
Amazing.
I'm obsessed.
Do they have like Wi-Fi? Can you like bring your laptop or no?
I don't know. Like, can I please
just
create
camp out
content
there
for
all
you?
day?
No, but they have really great like brunch, lunch, dinner, whatever may have you. So
Yeah.
good. And they're opening up a cocktail bar right next to the restaurant.
Oh, so cute. Okay.
Yeah.
Love. What is the most overrated Trader Joe's product?
Orange chicken.
Oh, okay. And that's a popular one.
I don't know. It just didn't hit for me.
Fair.
I think if my mindful indulgence is orange chicken, I'll do
Mhm.
takeout from a local Chinese restaurant.
True. At that point, you might as well just go get the real deal.
I think so.
Yeah. Valid. To end us off, if someone feels confused or burnt out by nutrition advice right now, what's one simple place where you would tell them to start?
Ooh, that's such a good question. I mean, oh, wow. I'm like, can I help them?
I know. And it's like so individual. It's like hard to say one thing.
I would say start with the foods you love, right?
Mhm.
So start with your comfort foods. Think about them. Like, what are your favorite foods? For me, that's pasta. For me, that's bread. So start with your favorite foods
Mhm.
and then think about your diet throughout that. So don't think of it scary of like, I have to eliminate carbs. I have to eliminate bread. I have to eliminate pasta. Like, choose your favorite foods, whether that's Trader Joe's orange chicken or whatever may have you,
Yeah.
and think about adding on top of that. So adding nutrients,
Mhm.
whether that's more vegetables, more fresh produce, more fruits.
Yeah.
So start with your core fundamentals of like, I'm not giving up these foods. They're my favorite. They make me feel comfortable. And then think about your diet throughout those foods,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. So adding over restricting and having
Yeah.
that mentality.
Yeah. I think that's such a good mindset to approach it with. And I love that.
Yes.
That's so positive.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, this was such a fun convo.
I loved this.
I learned a lot for sure. I'm sure our listeners did too. Thank you so much again. Where
Thank
can
you.
everyone follow you?
On Instagram and TikTok, Dietitian Cass.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Amazing. I love it. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to rate the show, leave us a 5-star review, send this episode to a friend. Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Celiac Diaries podcast. I hope you're leaving with a tip, a story, or just a little inspiration to live your best life with celiac. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow the show, share it with a friend, or leave a review. Stay well.